Like at 22 years old, we already got a 6-figure household. So I told her all money in, so your money can go to paying the bills, and this other money that I use is going to be all investments. So I'm throwing in about 4 to 6K a month. We would still take a trip every once in a while. We were newly married and we couldn't really go nowhere because I was in the military, like a honeymoon, you know. And we didn't have the money until we got married. You get what I'm saying? Like literally a month into marriage. So that was 2018. Like this stuff happened this fast. Like if I tell you the timeline, you're gonna be like, wow. So we got married in June. By August, you know, it's a steady 8K a month. By December, I got like 20K saved up, something like that. And she ends up being pregnant in December.
Was that planned?
Yes.
Might as well say
It
yeah.
was. Be honest? Should I be honest? I was say that when I found out she was pregnant. And once my business grew to 30K a month, I told her this is too much. Like you only make 1.5K a month. Like you have to quit that job. Help me out. Like don't. And of course she was like, look, you know, my parents told me never depend on a man no matter what. And I'm like, look, we're married. You pregnant with my child. I can't have you working. You get what I'm saying? Plus you work
Hold on,
outside.
I never said that. Now hold on.
Yeah. She said, you lying now.
I feel like that just goes back to that saying where people be, you'll hear men usually say this, like, she wasn't with me shooting in the gym, right? I've always believed that you'll have a better relationship if you meet a man when he's still building rather than when he's already built, because there's more potential for you to add to the table. You know, nowadays they always say, what do you bring to the table? But if I literally helped you build that table, you can never question it, which is why I don't have an issue with dating someone who is in a struggling phase, but like you guys said, has that ambition, is executing, and I know that he's working towards something bigger, because I can always add to that and make you greater, right?
And that goes back to what I think what men consider broke is different than what women consider brokey. He was hustling. He was getting another job. He had a plan. He was making progress towards that plan. He was including the wife in on the plan. And even like he said, to make certain investments, he went to get a second job. That's okay. He's showing initiative and back to what Mistaken was saying, he was executing, you know. Sometimes people execute and they fail, like acrimony. That's cool. Sometimes people make execution and they succeed, but I had to notice that part, taking initiative and executing, is a very big. If you're going to date someone that's in a financially not ideal place for you, you have to look at that, like what he's doing with his time and his background and how he's like coming out. You can't just like, oh, I'll love, I'm gonna just nah, because I feel like that's unrealistic and you can end up enabling somebody.
So did y'all? I don't think y'all must didn't hear what he also said. Is that he used her money to pay the bills? Did you hear that? Of course y'all didn't hear that. Most of y'all probably heard it. You won't hear it because you say, I'm not paying no goddamn bills. Well, that's your husband. First of all, it shouldn't matter. I know my buddy Aisha will say how long I got to pay the bills, but it is what it is. She was he was using her money to pay the bills. He was using his money to invest. That's working as a team. That's what a marriage should be. Look, I believe in the motto of one pot. That's how I roll, and that's how I've been pushing that statement for the longest. One pot. Me and my wife put our money together. There's no her pot, her money, my money, rainy day, get out of jail free, card money. We in this all together, everything financially together. And so we're gonna have more because we're gonna invest more. We're not gonna be separated when you do
Keyword marriage.
Notice she didn't do that during the dating stage. She also made
ladies, please. I don't cut y'all ladies off, man. Come on, ma'ams. I appreciate you if you let me finish. I don't talk that much. I don't talk long. I promise you I don't. I'm gonna land here soon because I see how bad y'all want that mic. But again, you're right, Brittany. Marriage. That's when you should. Look, when me and my my wife was dating. I didn't pay her bills. She didn't pay my bills. I don't believe in that shit. No, don't come ask me money for what. No, you need to show me and prove to me that you can take care of yourself. And when I see you can do that on a consistent basis, then we can move forward. But once we got married, that wasn't a problem. Matter of fact, when we got engaged, we started migrating our money because we already knew we was months away from the finish line. And we started migrating our money together. We started making certain investments and certain business plans. She knew all that, laid it out on the table. Every debt she has, I knew. It wasn't no, I had to wait till they got married and then found out. No bullshit. I need to know before I go into this thing, what's your debt? How much you owe? Your credit score? All of that needs to be important. A lot of us don't talk about money. We wait till we actually get married before we talk about money. No, that should be one of the conversations you have, because when you go into a marriage, it could be a damn culture shock knowing that your fiance has a $130,000 bill over her head that you didn't know nothing about, that you didn't plan on. Why? Because she's living a life that she really can't afford. Mm-hmm. But now all of a sudden you come to the marriage, you come to the table. When she say I do, all of a sudden she throw a bill on the table. Where the hell did this come from? I didn't know nothing about this. Well, dog, you should have asked her about it. As a man, that's your problem. You should have asked. You should inquire. And if she wasn't going to be honest, then you need to get away from her. Because if she's going to be lying about this money, what else would she be lying about? I'll leave it there.
I got a question for the ladies.
I
got a question for the ladies.
Welcome to the dark side, Brittany.
How do the ladies feel about men that pay bills in the dating stages? Like, how do you view those men?
I haven't dated one like that, so I can't say.
I think it depends. Me personally, I'm of the mindset, and I've said this before, I don't believe that in the dating stage, men nor women should be playing the husband or wife stage. You know, you got to know your role. You got to know your title. And I think a lot of times what happened is men and women in that dating phase are expecting the other to show up as a wife or as a husband, doing things that those are privileges or are actions that are supposed to occur in a marriage. And they're looking for those things as a girlfriend and boyfriend. And I think that you're totally off the mark with doing that. I think I had shared, I remember when my husband and I were dating, like I literally saw the difference in treatment from him based on the level of relationship we were at. When we was just kicking it, there was no money spent, nothing, you know, or whatever. Then when we were at the dating phase, it was like looking out for me, getting certain things. Cause, you know, I was still in college and he had already graduated. You know, I was in Buffalo, so it was cold. So he was like, yo, you need some boots. You need this sweater. So he would purchase certain things and give me those little things off and on. But it still wasn't at the level of taking care of me versus the way that it was once we got married. There was a deeper level of, you know, I would say a sense of responsibility that he felt for me once we moved to the stage of marriage. So definitely, you got to save actions for the right title.
Okay, so then what's the difference between, you know, as some men say, women, she need to show that she's a wife before they get married? Like, how do you determine like what's considered marriageable things versus dating things? Because like regardless, I think people pick and choose what they consider to be marriageable or not. I think they still act as though they're married when it comes to certain things.